Oh, hang on. That's a bit better. I might just turn the light on. Don't know if that makes much difference. It looks a little bit dark, but happy Tapping Tuesday. I actually had a lot of resistance to coming on and doing this live today because I've been feeling a bit low on my energy, and it can be hard for me to show up in those times. But I'm working on showing up however feels good to me on the day and just being okay with it being enough. Starting to break through those patterns of having to be perfect or to show up in a way that is maybe not put on, but more feeling like I need to be at my best in order to give value, when I know that that's not necessarily the case. So hopefully today I can still give some value even though I'm feeling a bit crap. But I know that showing up today actually is showing up for myself, because tapping always makes me feel better no matter what we're tapping on, even if it's something that I don't specifically need to be tapping on for myself. Just the energy shifts that occur anyway always make me feel a bit better. So today I had a request to do some tapping on anxiety and negative thought patterns that may be triggered by some past experiences. But actually generally everything's triggered by past experiences. But I feel like, intuitively feeling into this, I feel like there's a lot here around feeling safe and maybe shifting out some old experiences or feelings of being unsafe that maybe are causing the anxiety, and also tapping a little bit into protective boundaries and creating boundaries as necessary to make us feel safe, even if we are back in situations where maybe we weren't so safe in the past, that we can sort of change how we show up in that space in the future. So tapping on the karate chop point. Even though I have this anxiety, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though this anxiety shows up when I don't want it to, I deeply and completely love and accept and forgive myself. Even though there are some things in my past that are causing this anxiety for me now, I deeply and completely love and accept and honor myself. All this anxiety. Sometimes I get so anxious. I don't always know when it's going to show up. I don't always know how to move through it. I don't like this feeling of being out of control. Out of control of my body. And out of control of my thought patterns. All this anxiety. I feel it in my body. Sometimes it's in my stomach. Sometimes it's in my chest. Sometimes it's in my limbs. Because they're preparing to run away. This anxious feeling. And all the thought patterns that show up at the same time. Or maybe they show up first. They're patterns I've created from my past. And they're based in fear. From a time when I didn't feel safe. Or I didn't feel love. And I created some beliefs about how these situations will play out. And maybe some beliefs about my role here. Maybe it's that I'm unlovable. Or not worthy. Maybe it's that I can't trust the people around me. Or I can't trust myself. These patterns in my subconscious, they are all based on fear. But I know that fear is not truth. Only love is truth. So all these beliefs I've created can't be true. And this reaction in my body of feeling anxious, of going through the worst case scenario in my head, it is a false reality. It is not my truth. I know my truth. My truth is love and light. My truth is high vibration. My truth is my connection to Source. My connection to love. And that all power over my reality lies in me. Therefore, I get to shift this pattern. And I get to shift these old beliefs. And I get to recreate how these people or situations or things are showing up in my life. And I get to recreate how I react. Just shifting out anything based on fear now. Letting it go all the way through my cells. All the way back through my past. No longer present in my energetic body. No longer triggering my emotions. Completely released now. As I come back to love. And going forward, I know that I'm safe. Because I get to create that safety for myself. Just as I create all things in my reality. I'm calling on my inner wisdom for how and when to create boundaries. And I'm placing energetic boundaries now. Against anything that is based in fear. Fear rebounds off my energetic boundaries. Only love is allowed in. In every situation I face, I can perceive from love. Fear does not enter. And I act out of love. And I think and speak out of love. Because I am completely love now. And take a big breath. And just let it all go. Hopefully that was really helpful, and I hope it's one that you can come back to whenever anxiety starts to take over, because even though you've got these situations in your past where maybe there's some resistance and dense energy that's been created, and thought patterns that have been created, belief systems that have been triggering anxiety for you, we're going to continue to face up to these things for the rest of our life. And creating those energetic boundaries is really important, and finding ways to come back to love is really important in terms of how you can go forward and perceive these situations differently and create different experiences in your environment to begin with, but also different reactions to whatever is coming up for you. So I encourage you to come back to this one as you need it. Okay,